This is part 3 of our video on section 1.6, area and perimeter. Last two videos we looked at finding perimeter. This one's going to be about area. The area of a figure is the space that it occupies. The unit for area is always raised to the second power. That's different than perimeter. Remember, it was always raised to the first power. So when we raise something to the second power, if we're using feet, it would be feet with the exponent of 2 above it. You could read that as feet squared. You could also read it as square feet. You might not know what a square foot is. If you were in the classroom, I would show you the floor. There's floor tiles that are squares that each have a length and a width of 1 foot. 1 times 1 being the 1 square foot. In this section, we're going to use formulas to find the area of figures. And the only two figures we're going to find the area of are going to be a rectangle and a parallelogram. Rectangles look like that top shape there. We have a length and a width, and all we're going to do is multiply them. Parallelograms look like a slanted rectangle. To find their area, what you're going to do is multiply the base with the height. Now, the base and the height are what we call perpendicular segments. Those segments should meet at a right angle. We're not going to use the slanted side of the parallelogram to find its area. Here's a couple of simple examples. Now, they don't tell you what these shapes are. They're just expecting you to recognize them and know what they are. In number 5, it sure looks like a rectangle. You really can't prove that it is, but we're not worried about that right now. If it looks like a rectangle at this point, we're going to say it's a rectangle. We want to find the area of a rectangle that's 7 centimeters by 4 centimeters. So we're going to use that formula. Area equals length times width. This is where you would write this down. Your length is the longer number. Not that it matters. It's not going to give you a different answer. But our length would be 7. And our width would be 4. And when you multiply those together, you're going to get 28. That's the numerical part of your answer. It's really important. Also, just as important is the unit. When you multiply centimeters with centimeters, you get square centimeters. So if we were in class, this is where I would show you. I would take this rectangle and I would split it into 7 equal pieces going across and 4 equal pieces going up and down. And what that does is that makes 28 little squares inside that rectangle. That's why the answer is 28 square centimeters. Number 6, that's what a parallelogram looks like. And what we need to do there is find the area of the parallelogram. And for some reason, I cannot see the length of that base. God dang. Okay. This is not cool. I don't know how to move this bar. What am I going to do? Oh, Jesus. What is the length there? Okay, I can't tell. I really apologize, but there's something directly in the way and I cannot see the length of that base. I could tell you that the height is 8 meters. I don't know what the base is. So whatever that base is, you're going to multiply with the 8, and that's the area of your parallelogram in square meters. God dang, really sorry about that. That's technology for you. Just can't get out of your own way sometimes. Okay, same idea. Real world examples. These are word problems, so again, they're probably a little bit trickier, but again, there's a key word that'll kind of tip you off to what you're looking for. It's either going to be area or perimeter that you're going to search for and try to calculate in this section. So for number 7, we have it worked out for you. Bryson needs new carpeting in his game room. It's a 24-foot by 16-foot rectangle. How much carpeting should he buy? Well, if he's buying carpeting, You put the carpeting inside your room. You're not putting it around your room. So that tells you that you need to find area when you see something like carpeting. Okay, so that's the note there. We need to find area of the room. Since it's a rectangle, you're going to multiply the length and the width. Length is 24, the width is 16. Multiply them together. Probably going to need a calculator there. That'll give you 384 for your numerical part. And then don't forget you're multiplying feet with feet also. That gives you feet squared. And again, this is where I was going to put the exponent, feet with an exponent of 2, but I couldn't find it on PowerPoint Web. Knew where it was on the old PowerPoint, but they decided to move it because, you know, things are new. So let's change everything. Answer the question. Bryson needs 384 square feet of carpeting for his room. Okay, number 8, this will be the last one we do for this part of the video. Lonnie wants to fertilize his 42-foot by 23-foot rectangular yard. How much ground does he need to fertilize? Pause the video, work this one out just like we did on that one above. Since Lonnie is going to spread fertilizer on his yard, he's not spreading it around the yard. He's spreading it inside his yard, all through his yard. That tells you that you need to find area. So we're going to multiply the length and the width. That's how you find the area of a rectangle. We're going to multiply 42 times 23, and we're going to get 966 square feet. That's the work that you would show. So to answer the question, Lonnie needs 966 square feet to fertilize. And that's how much he has. How much ground does he need to fertilize? Well, he has 966 square feet to fertilize.